Chaathurmaasya Sathsangamam Season 3 Acharya Vaibhavam Audio Book. This audio is based on Acharya Vaibhavam book written by Sri Purisai Swami and published in Sri Nrasimha Priya. Both Tamil and English audio books are read and presented by SARAN Sevaks. You can listen to this audiobook in Tamil in Sri AbhimaN Swami's YouTube channel.
Srimadh Rangashathari Samyamivaraallabdhagaman Tadvayam Srimadh Veera Raghudvahapta Shadajitpararavindaashrayam Srimadh Vedavatam Sadeshikayatehe Karunyavikshaspadam Seve Rangadhurina Shasanavasham Narayanam Yoginam Srimade Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Paduka Sevaka Shri Vanshatakopa Shri Narayana Yatindra Mahadeshikaya Namaha. அன்பர்களே, ஸ்ரீ லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்மனுடைய வைபவத்தை பேசும் பொழுது உபனிஷதங்கள் ஹிரண்யஸ்மஸ்ருஹு ஹிரண்யகேஷா ஆப்ரணகாது சர்வயேவ சுவர்ணஹா என்று வர்ணிக்கின்றன. அதாவது எம்பெருமானுடைய ரோமங்கள், மயிர்கள் என அவனுடைய நகங்களிலிருந்து ஆரம்பித்து அனைத்துமே தங்கமயமாக தக 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 என்று மின்னுகின்றன. அப்படி பொன்மயமான அந்த நிருசிம்மன் ஹிரண்யனை கொன்றான் என்று உபனிஷதம் பேசுகிறது. நிருசிம்மன் என்றாலேயே அவனுடைய திருமேனியின் காந்தி, திருமேனியின் வைபவம் நம் எல்லோருக்கும் ஆனந்தத்தை அளிக்கக்கூடியதாய் இருக்கும். அதிலும் மாலோல லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்மன் என்றால் கேட்கவா வேண்டும்? நம்முடைய லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்மன் வெள்ளி மண்டபத்தில் எழுந்தருளி அருள் பாலித்துக் கொண்டிருந்தான். ஆனால் எப்பொழுது ஸ்ரீ லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்ம திவ்ய பாதுகா சேவக ஸ்ரீவன்ஷடகோப ஸ்ரீ நாராயணேதீந்திர மகாதேசிகன் அவதரித்தாரோ அது முதற்கொண்டு ஹிரண்யனை கொன்றவனான ஹிரண்மயமான அந்த நிருசிம்மன் தன்னுடைய பெருமையை மேலும் உலகத்திற்கு பிரத்யட்சமாக அறிவிக்கிறானாம். ஆம், தங்கமயமான நிருசிம்மன் அழகிய சிம்மன் என்று அவன் பெருமை கொண்டானேயானால் அந்த பெருமைக்கு காரணபூதமாய் அமைந்தவர் தங்க அழகிய சிங்கர், எங்கள் அழகிய சிங்கர் என்று சிஷ்யர்கள் அபிமானித்துக் கொண்டாடும்படியான நம் ஸ்ரீமத் அழகிய சிங்கர். இவருடைய காலத்தில்தான் வெள்ளி மண்டபம் தங்க மண்டபமாக ஜொலித்தது. இவருடைய காலத்தில்தான் நிருசிம்மனுடைய ரஜத பாத்திரங்கள் ஸ்வர்ண பாத்திரங்களாக மிளிர்ந்தன. இப்படி தொட்டதெல்லாம் துலங்குவதாக, தொட்டதெல்லாம் பொன்னாக ஸ்ரீ நிருசிம்மனுடைய வைபவத்தை மேன்மேலும் பிரகாசிக்கச் செய்த வள்ளல் பெருமகனார் நம் சிவன் அழகேசிங்கர். இஞ்சுமேடு சிவன் அழகேசிங்கரின் திருவடிகளில் சர்வார்த்த கிரகணம் பண்ணினவரான நம் சிவன் அழகேசிங்கர் எழுந்தருளியிருந்து நம் ஸ்ரீ சன்னதியின் பெருமையை ஆசேது ஹைமாச்சலம் மட்டுமின்றாமல் அகில உலகங்களிலும் பரவச் செய்த விந்தையை என்ன என்பது, எப்படித்தான் போற்றுவது? இதோ இப்பொழுது நம் 45வது பட்டம் சிவன் அழகேசங்கரின் அற்புதமான வைபவங்களை நாம் கேட்கலாம். ஏற்கனவே அடியேன் தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டபடி மேலும் விஸ்தாரமாக இந்த வைபவங்களை எல்லாம் நாம் அனுபவிக்கலாம். ஆஸ்திக மகாஜனங்களுக்கு ஒரு முக்கிய அறிவிப்பு. சரண் சாதுர்மாசிய சத்சங்கமம் சீசன் 3 ஆகஸ்ட் 27, 2022 முடிவடைகிறது. ஆகஸ்ட் 28, 29 2 நாட்களிலும் மாலை 5 மணி அளவில் ராமானுஜரயா பாத்திரம் தனியன் விஷயமாக அடியனுடைய உபன்யாச தொகுப்பு வெளியிடப்படுகின்றது. அதைத் தொடர்ந்து 30ஆம் தேதி அன்று ராஜராஜர்களின் சம்பாதம் என்னும் செல்லப்பிள்ளை, ஸ்ரீபாஷ்யகாரர், சுவாமி தேசிகன் இவர்களுக்குள்ளே நடக்கும் உரையாடல் ஒலிப்புத்தகம் கன்னட அனுவாதம் ஒலிபரப்பாக இருக்கின்றது. ஆஸ்திக மகாஜனங்கள் இவைகளை கேட்டு அனுபவித்திட பிரார்த்தித்துக் கொள்கிறோம்.
Acharya Vaibhavam 45th Pontiff Srimadh Azhagiya Singar శ్రీ లక్ష్మీ నృసింహ దివ్యపాదుకా సేవక శ్రీవన్ చటగోప శ్రీ నారాయణ యతీంద్ర మహాదేశికన్ వైభవం. ఆడియో బై సరన్ సేవక్ శ్రీమాన్ అమోఘ్ చక్రవర్తి.
45th Pontiff Srimadh Azhagiya Singar Srimadh Lakshmi Nrsimha Divyapaduka Sevaka Shrivan Shatakopa Shri Narayana Yatindra Mahadeshikan. I consider this as a great opportunity in going through the glories of this Srimadh Azhagiya Singar, as I got my Samashranam performed by this Srimadh Azhagiya Singar. This Azhagiya Singar was born in the Tirumalai Nallan Chakravarti Vamsham in the Villivalam Agraharam, located in the North Arcot district in the Akshaya year, Kartikai month, Uttarattadi Nakshatram, that is December 12, 1926, as the sixth son of Sri Paraveri Chakravarti Nrsimhachari and Srimati Ranganayaki Ammal. His Purvashrama Tirunamam was Sri Ubhaya Vedantacharya Villivalam Krishnamacharya Swami. Henceforth, we shall refer to him as our Swami. After his father attained Paramapadam, he learned Tarkashastram under the guidance of his elder brother Vedanta Vavadhuka Narayanacharya Swami, who also performed Brahmopadesham for him. He also learned Kavyams, Natakams under his elder brother's guidance. His elder brother was instrumental behind the scholarship of our Swami, who owed a lot to his elder brother and remained forever grateful to him for the rest of his life. Our Swami grasped everything that was taught to him, and even as a young boy, he was praised by the great scholars of those days like Tirukostiyur Swami, Sri Devanar Vilagam Azhagiya Singar, Srimad Ayya Swami, and so forth. Srimad Villivalam Azhagiya Singar, in his Purvashramam, as an ardent student, was extremely diligent, who showed a tendency to have a crystal clear understanding of esoteric subjects, though they were all well above the level of education expected out of his stature at that time. An example of this would be to quote the scenario when Sri Ubhaya Vedantacharya Tirukostiyur Swami, well renowned for his Jnanam and Anushtanam, and one who is completely absorbed in Atmagunams, began to examine his students randomly, as it was his way of testing the knowledge and understanding of his students. One of those days, he was examining the middle class, that is Madhyama Kakshi Vidyarthis, advanced level 3 class, who were learning Tarkashastram. This was on Yathartha Jnana Lakshana of the Deepikai Prakashikai Grantham. Sri Krishnamacharya Swami at that time was in class that was junior to those students. Swami was in advanced level 2 class, focusing on learning Tarka Sangraham and Nyaya Bodhini. A subset of the topics from the Yathartha Jnana Lakshana was also part of the curriculum in advanced level 2 class. Our Swami was well known for delving into the depths of any subject he learns and to come out with unshakable expertise in the same. So Swami confidently took on those questions, aimed at the level 3 students with confidence, and came forward to explain them in clear detail. This display of in-depth expertise in these topics created a lasting impression on our Srimad Goshtipuram Swami. Having learned that our Swami was the younger brother of Villivalam Narayanacharya Swami, he remarked, "Your younger brother tends to have deep and crystal clear understanding on his subjects. He also confidently explains these topics without any discomfort. There is no doubt that he will scale the heights of our Sampradayam in the near future. Therefore, please impart the knowledge of the Shastras to him all by yourself. This Anugraham from Srimad Ghoshtipuram Swami, given in 1942, directed Sri Villivalam Krishnamacharya Swami to progress further to achieve the Malolan Divyasthana Shri in 1991. Our Swami got married at the age of 18 to the daughter of Kaniyampakkam Srinivasacharya, which was fixed by his brother Villivalam Narayanacharya, and he supported the young couple as well. In 1947, when Swami, in his second year of his Nyaya Shiromani, the head of the Uttaradi Mutt, that is a Madhva Mutt, camped in Kadapperi, he invited the teachers and students of the Madurantakam Kalashalai to his mutt and asked them to speak about a topic from the texts that they had learned. Our Swami impressed Madhva Swami so much by explaining a point from the Panchalakshani that the latter gifted him 25 rupees instead of just 20 rupees meant for junior students, and praised our Swami very much. He also praised his older brother Narayanacharya Swami, who had taught him so well. During holidays, our Swami used to learn Shastras such as Samanya Nirukti from his elder brother at home, or in his absence from other scholars such as Sri Ubhaya Vedantacharya, Vidwan Madurantakam Swami, and Mahavidvam Tirukkallam Sri Ubhaya Vedantacharya Krishnamacharya Swami. Our Swami completed his Nyaya Shiromani at the Madurantakam Kalashalai in 1949 and received the first prize for general proficiency. His Holiness 42nd Pontiff Sri Injimeda Singar was very pleased with his news and blessed him well. As Villivalam Narayanacharya Swami requested His Holiness 42nd Pontiff to offer Kalakshepam on Sri Bhashyam to his younger brother and 20 other students from the Kalashalai who had passed, an ailing Singar, that is, His Holiness 42nd Pontiff, obliged. Our Swami was grateful for such a blessing and learnt with much eagerness. In the Malola Vidvatsadas that took place that year, he presented beautifully some points from the Sri Bhashyam. His Holiness 42nd Pontiff Srimad Azhagiya was very pleased with him. One day, in the middle of the night, this Swami, in his Purvashramam, was about to draw water from a deep well to be given to Injimeda Azhagiya, who had just then returned from the backyard. Injimeda Azhagiya gently restrained him and asked him what time it was. When he was told it was 12:30 p.m., he said that past midnight one should draw water from a well only after uttering a certain Vedic hymn to ward off the evil spirits lingering there. Since our Swami was not even aware of such a thing, Injimeda Azhagiya himself chanted the sloka, lowered the pot into the deep well, and then allowed Krishnamacharya to lift up the pot. Then and there he taught him the mantra, since both of them were pure enough to utter the Vedic mantra at that time, not having slept in nor touched the bed. Significantly, Injimeda Azhagiya advised him thus, learn such directives, for they will be useful to you now and in the future. This later prompted Villivalam Krishnamacharya to write an authoritative text on Anhikam entitled Sri Vaishnava Sadacharya Nirnaya, wherein all the duties from dawn to night of a Sri Vaishnava has been compiled and made available to posterity. When Injimeda Azhagiya's health condition deteriorated, he appointed Devanar Vilagam Srimad Azhagiya as his successor. Our Swami did Kalakshepam of Srimad Gita Bhashyam, Srimad Rahasyatraya Saram, Sri Bhagavad Vishayam with both of them. He thus received the Kataksham of His Holiness 43rd Pontiff Azhagiya as well. our Swami thus spent 6 years in Tiruvallur learning these texts and performing Kashaya Kainkaryam, that is, washing the Azhagi Singars Kashayam or ochre robes for injured Azhagi Singar. He then taught in place of his ailing older brother at the Kala Salai for 4 to 5 months at the behest of injured Azhagi Singar. Both Injimadu Hari Singar and his older brother, Villivalam Narayanachar, were very pleased with his dedicated teaching. After Injimadu Azhagi Singar ascended to Sri Vaikuntham and Devanar Vilagam Azhagi Singar became the pontiff, our Swami was unable to join him in his Sancharam due to the situation in his family. At that time, he remained as a teacher at the Madhurantakam Kalasalai and also participated in the Vidvat Sadas and received the blessings of his elders. Thanks to his knowledge of the Granthams such as the Sri Bhashyam, an article that he wrote for the Malola Vidvat Sadas won the praise of Devanar Vilagam Azhagi Singar. When this Azhagi Singar camped in Madhurantakam, our Swami sought him for Bharanyasam. As Devanar Vilagam Azhagi Singar later on reached Vaikuntham while on Sancharam in the north, Mukkur Srimadh Azhagi Singar became the 44th pontiff and commanded our Swami to remain in the Sri Sannidhi as the Asthana Vidwan. Our Swami joined Mukkur Azhagi Singar in Sri Mushnam as the Asthana Vidwan. Our Swami was also a teacher at our school in Padur, and it is there that he started giving Upanyasams, being requested by many. At the same time, he also accompanied Mukkur Azhagi Singar in his Sancharam while also deepening his knowledge of the Granthams like Sri Bhashyam. Mukkur Azhagi Singar praised to everyone our Swami's honesty, good knowledge, and skills in giving Upanyasams. An Upanyasam that he once gave delighted his brother, who said that our Swami's Upanyasam was as good as the best of the Upanyasakas. A series of Upanyasams that our Swami gave in Tirupati earned him the title of Vidvat Shikhamani. When Mukkur Azhagi Singar decided to give the Presha Mantropadesham, that is, the mantra recited while embracing Sannyas Ashramam, to our Swami's elder brother, that is Villivalam Narayanachar, so that he becomes fit to the Asthana Nirvaham of Sri Lakshmi Nrsimhan. He also taught it to our Swami, among others. After Mukkur Azhagi Singar started living in Srirangam, in order to build the Rajagopuram, our Swami shifted to Chennai, where he started giving pravachanams on granthams such as the Sri Bhashyam, Srimad Gita Bhashyam, Srimad Rahasyatraya Saram, and so forth, as per the wish of the Astikas there. He also gave Upanyasams on works such as the Tiruppavai in between and travelled to other towns and cities to give pravachanams. He thus gained much popularity. The hundreds of Astikas too made his travel and stay comfortable wherever he travelled. While giving Upanyasams, our Swami quoted Sri Uttamur Swami's explanations that Swami's disciples used to tell him about it. When our Swami went to pay his respects to Uttamur Swami, the latter told him that he was very happy with the excellence of his Upanyasams. The people from other Sampradayam never treated our Swami differently, nor did our Swami show Sampradaya Bhedam. Thanks to his elder brother for that. Our Swami also participated in the Paduka Vihara Vidvat Sadas and met Tirukudandai Srimad Andavan Swami for the first time. By wonderfully discussing a topic from the Shruta Prakashika, our Swami received Andavan Swami's Anugraham as well as a special Sambhavani. Andavan Swami also asked his disciples to attend our Swami's Kalakshepam. The two great people were on the friendliest of terms. Andavan Swami once said that he would be happy to see our Swami embrace Sannyasa Ashramam. Another time, our Swami used Nampillai's example from the Eid to clarify a doubt concerning the Presha Mantram. Andavan Swami praised his deep knowledge of the Bhagavad Vishayam and not just the Sri Bhashyam. Our Swami also did Upanyasams in the presence of Andavan Swami, who praised him highly. Along with his brother, our Swami also used to participate in the sadhasas organized by Poundarikapuram Srimad Andavan since Mannargudi Andavan's times. The good relations continued also in the times of Paravakottai Andavan Swami, who even stood along when our Swamis embraced Sannyasashramam. And when our Swami ascended to the Simhasanam, Paravakottai Andavan Swami blessed him by reciting a verse from the Ramayana. He often praised our Villivalam Azhagiya Singar's knowledge, Anushtanam, detachment, the capacity to run the Srimatam and organize sadhasas and so forth. Our Azhagiya Singar knew that composing granthas helped the Sampradaya more than giving Upanyasams. So he wrote many works. His elder brother wrote a wonderful commentary in Sanskrit called Deshikashaya Prakasham on the very tough grantham called Paramata Bhangam by Swami Deshikan. But he reached Paramapadam before it could be published. Our Swami was not around to help him with his work, which made him very sad for many years afterwards. But while still in his Purvashrama, he edited it with much care and published it during a Malola Vidvatsadas in the presence of Mukkur Azhagiya Singar. He later collected a considerable amount of money to publish the second part and underwent a lot of trouble to print this multi-script edition. He managed to do all this while at the same time proofreading the text, teaching Kalakshepams, and seeking monetary help from many scholars for 4 full years before he could publish this great Grantham. But he would always say that whatever he did was nothing compared to the help and support that his brother gave him. Our Swami got the Bhagyam to perform worship to Sri Malolan already in his Purvashrama. He also became the joint editor of Sri Nrsimhapriya in 1982, residing in Mambalam. During that time, he also taught Kalakshepams and Upanyasams. During these days, our Swami wished to write a commentary of a Grantham called Sri Vaishnava Sadacharam, composed by the 26th pontiff of the Ahobila Matam. This is because he had come across very subtle meanings when learning it from Injimade Azhagiya Singar, and he wanted everyone to know them. He made many efforts to get the work published, as he had to collect and check many other Granthams and find money for publication. It took him 7 years to publish this 1,000-page long book, which had many features, including a tippani, that is glossary, in Tamil and Sanskrit. His articles, which were regularly published in the Sri Nrsimhapriya in Tamil, including the Vishnu Purana series and the Upanishad ones, were avidly read. On 12th October 1991, our Swami was in Tirumalai to give an Upanyasam. When he was summoned to the side of the ailing Mukkur Azhagiya Singar, he finished his Upanyasam, worshipped Thiruvenkadamudayan, and came to Srirangam. He was asked by Mukkur Azhagiya Singar to embrace Sannyasashramam in order to succeed him. Our Swami agreed in order to comply with Mukkur Azhagiya Singar's wish and to reduce his burden. In the year Prajotpatti, Aipasi month, Uttirattadi Nakshatram, that is October 21st, 1991, he undertook Sannyasashramam in Srirangam at the age of 65 years in the presence of Mukkur Azhagiya Singar, Paravakottai Andavan, Melpakkam Swami, Purisai Swami, and a gathering of over 1,000 people. He took the ashrama name Shrivan Shatakopa Sri Narayana Yatindra Mahadeshikan as a sign of gratitude to his elder brother Villivalam Narayanachar. Our Azhagiya Singar travelled the length and breadth of India several times and spread the Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam to the Sishyas of Sri Sannidhi. And his 22-year-old reign at the Sri Sannidhi is considered as a golden era for the Sri Sannidhi due to his Kainkaryam, some of which are listed below. He made the inaccessible Ahobilam, which was Sendru Kanbadarku Ariya Kovil, that is, the temple that is hard to visit, meaning Ahobilam is in the middle of the dense forest, became easily accessible by transforming the Divya Kshetram into a Sendru Kanbadarku Eliya Kovil. He performed Kainkaryam at many Divyadeshams, including offering a Pandian Kondai in Ratnam for Tiruvallur Veeraraghavan, a golden mandapam for Sri Malolan at Sri Sannidhi was made during his time. He was a great Rasika of the Archavataram of Perumal, and it used to be a great sight for the Shishyas to witness Srimad Azhagiya Singar enjoying Archavataram. New Ahobila mutts were built in various places like Bhadrachalam, Pune, Kadapa, Selayur, USA, etc. Pathashalais flourished, paving the way for many to learn our Sampradayam. He spread the Prabhavam of Sri AbhimaN by publishing a stamp through the Government of India. The English edition of the Sri Nrsimhapriya magazine was started. Swami was a great scholar and Vedanti who was known for his enthusiastic, easy to understand Upanyasams, Kalakshepams, and participation in the Vidvatsadas both in his Purvashramam and Sannyasashramam. This Azhagiya Singar honored all the scholars of his times. He has many literary works to his credits, and his contribution of scholarly articles to Sri Nrsimhapriya is well known. The greatest among his literary contributions is the magnum opus Anhika Grantham, which details all the Dharmanushtanams for daily life. The 45th Azhagiya Singar recalled his close association with the three preceding pontiffs, the Mukkur Azhagiya Singar, the Devanar Vilagam Azhagiya Singar, and the Injimeda Azhagiya Singar, and said that but for their meticulous training and guidance, he would not have been elevated to this high position. Recapitulating nostalgically the guidance he had specially received at the feet of his Purvashrama elder brother, Sri Villivalam Narayanachar, the Azhagiya Singar added with his characteristic humility that his clear duty was only to live up to their training, guidance, ideals, and thus carry on the torch of their glorious traditions. To continue the Srimatham Kainkaryam, His Holiness 45th Pontiff Srimad Azhagiya Singar appointed one of the greatest scholars of the times and Nitya Agnihotri, Sri Rangarajan, our beloved Sri Ranganatha Yatindra Mahadeshikan, as his successor on May 8, 2009. As per the will of Malolan, after 22 years of Kainkaryam, His Holiness 45th Pontiff Srimad Azhagiya Singar ascended to Paramapadam on Vaikasi 5th of the year Vijaya Navami with Puram Nakshatram in ascendance. That is Sunday, May 19, 2013 at the age of 87 years. His Vrindavanam is located next to His Holiness 44th Pontiff Azhagiya Singar's Vrindavanam in Dashavatara Sannidhi in Srirangam.
Chaathurmaasya Sathsangamam Season 3 Acharya Vaibhavam. Next episode tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. in Sri APN Swami's YouTube channel.